He's got some weirdo name like Ktown, Deshawn. I don't know.
I think you said it right. Oh no, I got pulled over again.
Well, you better call Parise. That's the law offices of Frank J. Parise. Frank and his team specialize in misdemeanors, felonies, DUIs, drug charges, domestic violence, and juvenile law.
Don't settle for any fly-by-night attorney you may find on a Google search.
Call the best, and that is the law offices of Frank J. Parise.
Call now, 262-656-9900, or send Frank and his team an email at fparise@fjpllc.com.
You'll be glad you called Frank Parise.
Hey, where are you going?
I'm getting down to Frank's Diner. They're only open for breakfast and lunch, so I gotta hurry.
What do they have down there, Jason?
Amazing food. They have their world-famous garbage plates, but so much more. Fantastic homemade French toast, delicious sandwiches for lunch, and be sure to check out their daily specials. They're always coming up with something new and different.
That's Frank's Diner, located in downtown Kenosha at 508 58th Street. Whether you're buying, selling, or just curious about the local market, Shannon Franklin of RE/MAX Newport Elite would love to offer her support and service.
Shannon knows Kenosha both as an agent and a neighbor, and she can help you find exactly what you're looking for.
Find her realtor webpage at remax.com or give her a call at 262-960-5182 to begin your real estate journey. We're going to pedal into this episode of the Ktown Connects podcast as we connect with Meryl Strichartz, who runs the Simmons Island Beach House and the Lakeshore Pedal Tours. Cue that music, Jason.
Welcome, everybody, to another wonderful episode of the Ktown Connects podcast, where we connect Kenosha. I am one of your hosts. My name is Jason, and who am I with you today? Who's my buddy right here on my right?
Hey, it's your good buddy, co-host, Donnie Stinkato.
Oh, Donnie, I didn't see you. The lights are so dark in here.
Yeah, well, you know, we're busy connecting Kenosha with this podcast.
And you're doing a great job.
Hey, you're doing...
I really appreciate everything you do for the community.
I love what you do for the community with your art, with this podcast. You are a true asset to the community,
But Donnie,
Jason.
no, you are the true asset because of everything you do with Visit Kenosha, and you just love your downtown Donnie. So keep up the great work.
Thank you so much. That means so much coming from you.
Yay!
And we are here recording today direct from the A Plus Mobility Recording Studio in beautiful downtown Kenosha.
Wow, yes. A Plus Mobility is the area's newest mobility and home medical equipment store. Ashley has the knowledge to help you make the right choices for yourself or your loved ones. That's A Plus Mobility, 2324 18th Street. Visit their website at aplusmobilitysolutions.com for more.
Yeah, check out what Ashley's doing there at A Plus Mobility. You find that lift chair, find that scooter for your loved ones or for you.
We all have
Go check
relatives
them
that are
out.
getting older. They're needing these things, and, you know, Ashley can take care of you.
Yes,
so.
and she will. She
Tell
is
her.
great.
Ktown Connect saying.
Please do. And Meryl, wasn't that theme song a rocker?
I loved it.
Oh, my
I was
God.
thinking maybe that could be my new karaoke go-to.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Yes.
Special
By the-
thanks to Dropping Daisies for that. They're a local band. I'm sure they'll... Are they playing out this summer? I
I'm
don't know.
not
Is
sure, 'cause
Amy, the drummer, healed up yet?
She's had that surgery, and normally they play Taste of Wisconsin, but we'll have to check in with
so
Amy.
follow them on Facebook and find out when they're going to be coming back. And we wish them all the best on their mend and hope they come back soon.
Oh,
'Cause
my
we
goodness.
need some Dropping Daisies rock in Kenosha this summer.
we really do. They're a great band. They're a great... Because the last gig was at Podley's a few months ago when we
That was
saw them.
acoustic with no drums.
Yeah, that was something. You smell that? It smells like something's brewing here in the A Plus Mobility
No, that's
Ktown
not bad.
Connect studio. Oh no, that smells like a great beer from Public Craft Brewing Company.
Does it have an odor?
Yeah, a great odor. What are you
This one
drinking there,
smells like
Jason?
peaches, actually.
Yeah.
It reaches for peaches. Peach Blonde Ale from Public Craft Brewing, located in downtown Kenosha at 628 58th Street. You know, Donnie, they offer up great beer, brewed right there on site.
Mm-hmm.
They also offer up fantastic spirits, delicious food.
Oh, their food is good.
And so much more.
Yeah, great entertainment. So, like we said, go check out Public Craft Brewing Company, 628 58th Street.
I said that.
Well, give them a double plug before they change their name.
PublicCraftBrewing.com. That's what you're doing.
Yes. Oh, my goodness. Meryl, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you, Donnie.
Meryl.
Jason. It's a pleasure.
Meryl, you know what? Right away, Lakeshore Pedal Tours. You do that. And you've recently just opened the Simmons Island Beach House, and you do so much more. But before we get into that, we wanted to learn your connection to Kenosha. So you were not born and raised in Kenosha.
Oh my gosh, why do people call me out?
But you are a Kenosha.
31 years,
Oh, so
Donnie.
you've been here 31 years.
But we got to start at the beginning.
I mean, come on.
We got to hear your story.
What was your first memory of a beach?
Of a beach?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I grew up in Southern California, so the parents would just take us and drop us off there. You'd be there all day, and we were close to Disneyland. They would do that too.
Okay.
You would be able to just play the whole day there. I mean, I can't imagine it now. It's like $1 million to go to Disneyland.
Yeah,
but back
real.
then, they used to have little ticket books. And so when people would come into town, they would use all the e-tickets. Those were the good ones. But then they had the ABCs for the kind of the lame-o rides.
Okay.
So you'd save them all year round, and the kids would just go to Disneyland. But I would take the bus, or parents would take us right to the beach.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, then I actually lived in Ventura, California, and I was right on the beach. And that was a huge surfing community as well.
Is that where Ventura Boulevard is?
No, that's in the valley.
Okay.
Ventura Highway would be more like America, that thing. But anyway, so that was my California years.
What was it like growing up in California? That's
well. So my hometown was Garden Grove, California, and we always thought we were behind the orange curtain. It's very conservative, very Republican. I mean, like hardcore.
God, I would hate that.
So we always called it the orange curtain, and it was suburban wasteland. I mean, that really is how we defined it. And I would haunt the malls. That's where you would go. And that was one of the things when I moved here. That was actually a big part of what I loved about this, is that Kenosha, I learned how to garden, I learned how to fish. I mean, things that I had never grown up with. I mean, I could find a discount sale rack in a mall with no problem, because that's the territory that you hunt in almost when you're growing up in suburbia. But I moved here, and people think I'm crazy. I'm just like, it just works for me.
When you moved here, you were in your 20s when you moved here?
Yeah, I was in my 20s.
Okay.
And I did start by renting a place right on the lake.
Okay, well, what made you decide to leave California, and then why would you choose Kenosha, Wisconsin?
I'm very curious about this.
Okay, it's really...
Did you visit here before you moved here?
I had run around Chicago a lot.
Oh, okay.
And I loved Chicago. I thought it was a really fun city. And so, again, people look at space and distance differently. In California, you don't live in the city, you live in the suburbs, and you drive in. And it's a different kind of car culture there than here. Then when I got here and I had a job in Chicago, and I was transporting down there, I'm like, oh, this is a nightmare. And then when snow came, I'm like, no. And then I found myself actually gravitating towards Milwaukee. I liked Milwaukee a lot more than Chicago.
Yeah, it's like a mini Chicago, a little easier to deal with for a newcomer.
Exactly. And the thing about Chicago, and even to this day, if I go with a friend who lives down there, then they know the spots, they know the restaurants, they know where to go. But if you're just like periodically going down there, and I'll still do it, but I end up at Navy Pier. So okay, I'm at Second City again, and it's just... It's not that those things aren't nice, and the museums are incredible, but it's just you never really get to know it.
Yeah. The best thing is like just getting off on the L trains, getting off the stops, and because everything's kind of centered around those stops in a lot of those neighborhoods, so you find a lot of cool stuff there.
Yeah. But that was So then Milwaukee became my city, and then I just kind of started. I'm just all about Kenosha.
So you lived in Chicago and you lived in Milwaukee?
No, I lived here. Okay,
you
and
just kind of
that's
worked and.
So I was like so in love with this place when I moved here. I still am, but. I rented a place on the beach on the shores here in Summers. Oh. But to me, it was like, oh my gosh, I am beach living. This is the thing. And I did come July 5th, so I point out that,
so it was all
I had
action-packed.
I had a little bit of a rude awakening come January, but. Again, from California, you don't understand Great Lake. You don't understand Lake Michigan. I mean, and really, why are they called lakes?
There should be a sea, right?
Yeah, or something in between.
Right.
Like there needs to be like Salac or something.
You grew up around the Pacific Ocean, and now you work every day around Lake Michigan.
I do.
What are the differences or similarities between the Pacific Ocean and what we have here in Kenosha on a general 90-degree summer day?
I think that we really still don't have like a surfing community.
Okay.
I mean, the places, so I was in, my beach, if you will, was Huntington Beach in Southern California or Ventura. And it's just, it's surfing. It's all about surfing. Yeah. I was actually thinking that I should carry surfboards here because people do surf. Up there, a little further up north.
Yeah, they don't get good waves, though. That's the thing.
Well...
Yeah, I mean, I guess anything's good, right?
Exactly. So I think that's the biggest difference. And, we talk a lot about water safety. I'm very involved with the Sailing Center, and we're always talking about that. But no one ever talked about that in Southern California. I mean,
never really.
But you had lifeguards.
Yeah.
And you knew when there were tide issues, so it's part of like your knowledge of what is going on. And I don't think we have that. I think we need it.
I've been saying for a while, and my friend kind of brought to my attention that Kenosha schools need to have a water safety.
Oh, I agree.
They're working on that. They're
living next to this lake. They need to teach these kids and teach them hard, nail that in their head that hey, you go out there in certain spots and you're not coming back, because every summer we got at least one. Yeah,
we had an incident. It actually wasn't right in front of the beach house, but it was a little further north. But we had a near drowning this past week.
Oh yeah.
A woman kind of just got tired and started to go under.
Yeah.
And I think that's the big thing, that one of the big messages that we promote when we're talking about water safety in our beaches is to flip and float, so that if you're caught in a riptide, you don't fight against it.
Yeah,
what you want to do is just flip.
Come back.
That's right, because what people do is they just try so hard to get back in, and they actually tire out.
Yeah.
So the thing is just to go with it, go with the strong current until it gets to a point where it's not a strong current. But anyways, that's kind of. But the schools are working on it, and there's a lot of organizations in town that are working on promoting water safety.
Because you're really involved with the Kenosha Sailing Center,
right.
And you love the lake, you love the ocean, you love water.
Did you say ocean?
Well, you love everything. You love water.
Yeah, well, actually,
California,
life,
everything.
It's all about water.
Since you lived so long in California, is that where your love for the water came from?
I think it came. I mean, I think that I'm just kind of nature-y kind of person to begin with, because I also love hiking and I mean anything that's
just being outside. You're a fan of just being
But hello, we live on Kenosha. We live on the shores of Lake Michigan, so of course it's going to be about water. And
I mean, so it's funny, in this town, a lot of people just don't care that they live on a lake. Lake Michigan is right here.
That's insane to me.
It's crazy. Like, even just driving downtown, I never take it for granted. I'm like, holy shit! Look at this beautiful view.
Yeah.
This is where we live.
That's what I'm saying. That's when I came here, and I'm like, oh my gosh! Because let me tell you, you try to have a view like that in California, you're talking millions and millions of dollars to have that. But one of the big things that I've been involved with when in my role with the Kenosha Community Sailing Center, we put those ducks out there in the harbor, and
those are the cutest thing. Those
they
ducks.
are. Those are great.
But part of, because I had to, they didn't fight me on it, but I had to convince the board that this was a good idea, because I'm like, you don't understand. People need access. They need opportunities to connect with the water.
Yep.
And if they don't have that, they're not going to care about it. It's just something you're driving by.
Right.
So I feel very strongly. I'm very happy that we have those ducks. And when people come down, they practically cinch them into a life jacket, because they want to teach people. We want to teach people this is how you wear a life jacket properly. And we do the same thing with the kayaks. And we have those cute aquacycles, which Visit Kenosha helped us with.
Yeah, there we go. Now we're talking.
Yeah, those are underutilized, man. Those are the coolest things.
Oh, what are those?
They're called aquacycles, so they look like giant, they have big giant tires on them.
Oh, yeah.
And you pedal them, and you zip around the harbor.
Very cool.
It's a workout, though. Let me tell you.
So, Meryl, let's go back. You arrived in Kenosha 30-some years ago when you arrived here.
Yep.
Besides the lake, what else about Kenosha did you really fall in love with at the time?
So, because I think I mentioned this to you, I grew up kind of in the suburban areas of Southern California, and I knew how to... I knew the plants, I knew my trees and stuff from there, but I really didn't know anything about vegetable gardening. I didn't know anything about the trees that were here, stuff. So I actually became a master gardener.
Oh, cool.
I know, right?
Wow.
I was a master gardener for many, many years. I got my initial certification in 2002, and I did that, and then I became very involved in therapeutic horticulture.
Ah.
So you might say, Jason, you might be saying,
that?
What is therapeutic?
What is therapeutic horticulture,
I'm
Meryl?
so glad you asked, Jason.
She's good.
So therapeutic horticulture, people have heard of like animal therapy, where you use pets to help people with their wellness.
Every day.
Okay. Yeah, I know, right? You probably woke up this morning and said,
Pet my dog.
Where's that dog?
Yeah.
And so therapeutic horticulture uses plants for wellness. It's intended because gardening and working, connecting with nature, of course, has all these benefits for people. It just makes them feel good. And so I was involved in therapeutic horticulture programs that helped. We worked out with the veterans out in Union Grove. I was involved with KAC. We had some grant money to do a greenhouse with them.
Very cool.
And then there was another greenhouse, and we would bring people that had different disabilities in, and we would teach them both vocational skills and just kind of how to garden. And I did that actually both as a master gardener, but then I also transitioned and I did that for UW Extension.
Ah, okay.
So
you
I was
did
pretty
attend
hardcore.
Parkside here after you.
Well, Parkside actually came pretty early too. It was the same period when I became a master gardener. But the master gardener was really because I wanted to learn more, and I can grow a garden now. Cool. But anyways, and I also, it's another story, but well, maybe we'll get to it. But the Parkside, the reason that I went to Parkside and I got my MBA there is because I really wanted to learn more about entrepreneurship and small business, because I always have had a lot of different ideas. I've had failed businesses too. I mean, if people think that it's just, the Lakeshore Pedal Tour obviously has been going well, and I have faith that the beach house will also go well. But it doesn't just happen overnight. These things come. And so that's why I got that MBA.
Okay.
And at the time, the Small Business Development Center wasn't really active here, and it made sense to take those classes in entrepreneurship.
When you started going to these business classes, what was your kind of dream business at the time? Did you have kind of like a vision?
Yes, absolutely, I did. So more things that Jason and Donnie don't know about me.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing here.
Inside scoop. I actually, I was, I guess technically I still am, although I don't do it. So where do you draw the line? But I did fused glass. So what happened is I started with the stained glass class, and I learned how to do that. And then I learned how to fuse glass, which to me was much more exciting.
Wow.
And so then I created a business where I was doing functional garden art with fused glass.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it was really cool. And
I bet. But hard to pay the bills with that, though.
You know, I was doing pretty well with that.
Okay.
But then I got pregnant.
Dang kids.
Well, it was okay. It was okay. So the home studio kind of stopped at that point. Yeah, I have kind of a funny story about that one, though, is because so I'm working with glass. You're cutting sheets of glass. And then for anyone who doesn't know what fused glass is, you take art glass that's compatible with each other, and then you fuse it in a kiln, okay, and it actually melts it together. Wow. So, but you start by cutting the pieces, and I was like, oh my gosh, what do they call that? Where it's a religious term where your hands get these red spots. Stigmata. I was convinced I had stigmata because I was having all these allergic reactions to the little slivers of glass that would get in my hands. Oh. But I was freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, well, they keep coming in. And I go to the doctors, like, what is this?
Why hast thou cursed me?
Yeah, and no one could figure it out until all of a sudden when I got pregnant. I'm like, because actually, and you probably know this too, Jason, I mean, art is beautiful and it's wonderful, but most of the stuff you do in art has a lot of toxic stuff to it, okay? And glass dust is not good for you, stuff like that. So that's why I stopped, because I mean, literally, I remember shipping out my package on the way to the hospital to deliver. I'm like, no, I got to get it out. But it was beautiful, and people really responded to it.
Oh,
so
cool.
it was cool, yeah. I'll have to show you some stuff sometime.
Yeah.
But that's...
you still play around with art? For fun?
Not as much, because I think that these businesses that I'm doing is pretty creative for me right now.
For sure.
But there will come a time.
Yeah.
There will come a time.
Well, you're creating something. That's what's important. So.
Yeah.
And we're going to get to what she's creating right after this quick break from our sponsors.
Let's do it. Where do all the cool cats hang out? At Union Park Tavern, of course.
UPT, as it's called by the hipsters, is located at 4520 8th Avenue, and they serve up great libations and award-winning food.
They're open at 11 a.m. on weekdays and 9 a.m. on weekends for a fantastic breakfast.
I forgot to mention they have musical entertainment almost every night of the week and one of the greatest beer gardens in town.
That's Union Park Tavern, 4520 8th Avenue. Now that the shot's kicked in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, wait.
Yay!
Thank you, Angie, from Union Park Tavern. And
wait, don't just come back like that. Do a break and then
hold
come
on.
in.
1, 2.
Don't have to do the 1, 2, 3, 4. Just have a moment of silence and then start talking.
Looking for that perfect gift?
We'll contact Aaron Hunzinger of AH Did It for a fabulous, one-of-a-kind creation.
Aaron specializes in metal, canvas, leather, and wood to bring amazing works of art to life.
Contact him now by finding him on Facebook at AH Did It. That's all one word.
And we're back from that break.
And that was an amazing break, Donnie.
It was a great break.
Donnie, that was the best break in the history of breaks.
I mean, whenever we can hear from our sponsors, it's always a great break because they keep the show going. They really do.
Those are some great sponsors, yeah.
Yeah, they really were. And we're here with Meryl, who runs Lakeshore Pedal Tours, the Simmons Island Beach House, and she does so much more, and she's such an advocate for the community. And we're going to get to know about the pedal tour and the Simmons Island Beach House in this segment right here.
And they just opened this summer. This is like a brand new thing. Memorial Day, right?
Well, the pedal tours have been going on for a couple of years.
But it's kind of built up to this.
I mean, we celebrated our 1 month anniversary, I think, yesterday.
Oh, wow. Only 1 month for the beach house already.
Yeah. We were up in the Crow's Nest actually toasting it. So a few
very
days,
nice.
a few days earlier, but 1 month. And
how is the 1 month going?
It's going great. There have been some surprises for me along the way. One of them is, oh my gosh, Kenosha loves to shop.
Yes.
I am like ordering stuff all night long, every night, to just try to keep the beach house filled with merchandise. I had no idea. Sometimes we'll even have people at 10 a.m. when we open ready to shop. I'm like, Seriously?
Cool.
That's great.
It's great for business. I'm very happy to have this problem, but I did not anticipate it because I really thought, we'll have some towels, some sunscreen, just your basic stuff.
What are people buying there?
Everything.
Yeah,
So what do you sell there? Come on.
Absolutely everything.
Walk us through this. So the beach house, there's a shop.
There's a gift shop. So when you walk, it depends on which direction you're coming from, but let's just say you're coming from, that would be the west side. And you go through those big doors. I mean, the building is absolutely gorgeous.
Yes.
And you walk in, and I've got information out about Kenosha, kind of like a visitor's bureau kind of
It looks great
setup.
in there, by the way.
And I did that because we do have a lot of people that come from out of town, not just Illinois, but up from, Tennessee. Right. I mean, we get people from all over.
Come to see the lake.
Yeah. And I talk a lot to them about, places they should go, Publix and, different
Union
places.
Park Tavern, all of our Ktown Connect sponsors.
Port of Kenosha Beverage House.
Absolutely. I love Union. I mean, really, seriously, we bring people to UPT all the time on the pedal trolley because I think it's a really cool place. But anyway,
for sure, I agree.
So I'm telling you about the store, right? So you walk in, first you've got all that basic information about what's going on in Kenosha. And then we have a sign and it says things you need and things you want. So the need part is the general store items, the suntan lotion, baby diapers, things like that. Then you can pass through into our gift shop area.
Ooh.
And that's what I'm talking about, that I had no idea.
What's your biggest seller?
Well, our biggest seller is actually the things that are branded that say, Kenosha Beach House, Simmons Island.
You got those shirts.
I mean, we're just pumping them out right away. Kenosha Beach House. Some people want Kenosha, some people want Simmons Island. We have a variety, so that's our number one for sure in the store. But they also buy bathing suits, they buy towels. I mean, really, if it's there, they buy it. They want it.
That's
Kids'
great.
toys. Oh my gosh, the kids walk in and the parents are like, sure. And honestly, part of it is that we're not that expensive. I mean, we're not gouging people with things like that. And
now we expect if you're going on a vacation on a beach or something, it's not those kind of prices. It's just kind of normal, everyday gift shop.
And but I know, Jason, you're an artist, and I want to give a shout out to some of our local artists, specifically people who do jewelry. I really want to carry more local artists, and we have a few that are in there right now. But I'm totally open to that and welcoming, because although, I mean, I'm not a saint. I am doing this for money. I mean,
of course. I
am a businesswoman, But very honestly, I recognize that it's a community resource. It's a gem. And it really, to me, needs to showcase the best of Kenosha.
Yeah, for sure.
So anyway, so if any of your listeners are artists, please come down and talk to me. We don't have a lot of wall space because it is a historic building, so you can't really attach things to the wall.
Maybe some jewelry makers, things like that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Postcards, perhaps.
I know somebody who
from
makes
an
those.
artist here, a local artist.
That might show up pretty soon.
Yeah. So I do my best there, but it's just been phenomenal in the gift shop area. And then we have concessions, and concessions are going really, really well. People, and we're just at the, like I said, 1 month in, and we're expanding that menu as we go along. Right now we have your traditional kind of hot dogs and slushies and ice cream. Everyone loves that soft serve.
Oh, hell yeah.
Especially on the beach.
Yeah. So, and slushies. I have to confess that I probably have at least one a day. You get hot, and
you need to cool down.
Yeah. What has been not as phenomenal, at least initially, right now where we are, is the beer garden, which is really shocking to me.
You got beer at the Simmons Island Beach House?
Beer, and it's a beautiful setting.
Yes, it is.
Okay, but I think that I need to really give people a little bit more than beer. So after,
I heard you're going to be booking some entertainment in that beer garden soon.
Donnie, thank you for your help in that too. So we're going to have live entertainment. We'll have a games night. Have you guys heard of Mafia as a game?
I have not.
No?
Okay, neither have I.
Okay.
But my staff swears by it. It's like a group game.
Oh, that's where
and-
you like pick people and
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah,
yeah.
I saw that. I saw
Yeah.
a TikTok video of that,
Yeah.
and it looked dumb.
Well, I don't know. They swear
What's a
it's
happy
fun.
trend by young people?
They swear it's fun.
Well, if the kids like it, then okay. Then,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, they're in their 20s. They're.
Okay.
I mean, this is not games for kids. These are games
Those are
for
kids.
adults. Okay, whatever. Now you're dating yourself, Jason.
They're kids.
Celebrated that
They're
birthday.
kids. They're kids.
Yeah. Okay.
The kids want to play the Mafia game? Hey, great. Come on down, have
well,
some
okay,
beers, kids, and
Yeah,
play some
exactly.
Mafia.
So mafia, trivia, bingo, that kind of
Okay.
stuff. So we'll have a
Ah.
night of games. We
All
have a bar sports night, so we're going to have the cornhole out, the volleyball, and on the beach, and
But you got these rentals there
Yeah,
in
we
do.
addition.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
people can go down there and have a lot of fun.
that's the idea.
I
So-
see you can rent metal detectors down
I know,
there.
right? Isn't that cool?
That's it. I mean,
love
go
that.
digging for gold, right?
Yeah, and but I mean, obviously, I'm excited that we rent them. But there's tons of people who
just come down there anyway.
all the time looking with their metal detectors.
So I got to ask you, rent these metal detectors. Do you say if you find something, we get 10%
I
of
do
what you
not
find?
do that. No, but wouldn't that be cool?
Give us a little brief history of the beach house. It was built.
It was built in 1934 and 35,
Okay.
and it was one of those work programs.
Okay.
So
Part of the
it was
New
part of
Deal
the
by
Depression.
Roosevelt?
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. And it was a little bit before that, but it was all the same time period.
Okay.
And they built the building with recycled materials that they had salvaged from other businesses and homes in the area.
Very cool.
It's considered Tudor revival in its style. It is protected on the historic register. It's awesome, but it was
Yeah.
built as a bathhouse. So was Southport. I mean, that's a bathhouse too, although it's completely. I mean, it's same time period, same kind of programs.
Yeah.
Chris Allen over at the History Center has not verified it with me yet. We've been talking. I partner with him on some other things, and
Love Chris Allen. His
He's
friend.
a great man.
I do too. So this is the history as I know it. So 1934, it's a bathhouse. The park the Simmons Island Park has already been donated by the Simmons family to the city of Kenosha.
Okay.
And some of the old pictures kind of look like there was a bathhouse there original, like even before that. That was torn down. This other one was built.
Okay. Yeah.
Then it operated as a bathhouse until like the early 60s. And
Okay.
I'm imagining, although I don't know this is where I don't know, that they just didn't have the money to repair it because the showers and all that stuff had to have been in disrepair.
After
from
30-some years of being
30-some
used.
years.
So, yeah, it
And
needs
so
repairs. And,
at the time, it was shuttered up.
Yeah.
And then it was opened again for a brief period in the 80s, where the lifeguards, just for the lifeguards, not as a bathhouse, but we had lifeguards on the beach.
yeah.
This is folklore. This is total rumors.
Oh,
but,
that's what we
but
love.
there are probably some people in town who could tell me. The story is that the partying got way too out of hand at the beach. I mean,
I've heard some stories
okay,
like that.
so you know this is
They got
true.
busted a couple times
Yes.
for after
And-
hours drinking and things like that. And,
and whatever else they were doing at the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
But I mean, come on, it's a beach.
And they're kids. It's like,
and,
come on.
So, as long as you're doing it on the beach, it just don't.
And it's like if you
Do it
spent
around
all
the-
day lifeguarding and you're done, hey,
Yeah.
have some beers,
Yeah,
party up with your
yeah,
friends.
yeah.
Hey, come on. It's a
Which
kid.
is so weird that we're having a shortage of lifeguards, right?
I know, it's so
because
sad.
that was like the job to have. I mean, you wanted to be a lifeguard, and so that was the 80s, and they shut it down after that. And then it was boarded up, and then there were a couple pop-ups. The Creative Space had one, DKI had one, and everyone loved those.
Yeah,
so
I remember touring it, one of those. Yeah.
So that was really cool, but it still wasn't repaired. It was just. But the alderman at the time, and John Fox was very instrumental in getting the funding needed to do the repairs. That was in about 2015. So he secured the money 2015-16, and they started the renovations that would make it operational for me.
Wow.
And then again, now we're getting into rumor territory again.
Oh, I love
Well, that's what we like here.
You like that. Okay. So the rumor is that Publix actually had the contract before me.
Yes, I remember that.
remember
I don't know
hearing
if
that
that's
rumor,
true.
too,
I don't know
yeah.
if it's true, but I'm kind of glad I got it for a lot of reasons. And
What
but
makes
I
you
did.
want to into this?
I was totally after because an RFP went out from the city. And this was before COVID, mind you. Okay, and they wanted. You can see it online. They wanted a beer garden. They wanted recreational rentals and food concessions. I was after, and it's kind of specified in there that you didn't have to do it all. It could be a different vendor. And I was after the rental piece for the sailing center because we had already started doing the kayaks and the ducks. And I was like, oh, give me the rentals on the beach. I really wanted it. Yeah. And so I kept pushing and pushing with my proposal. And so when Publix, then COVID happened. Of course, nothing happened after with COVID. It was a sad state of affairs.
A race that year.
And then I'm assuming they turned it down. I think they had management changes. They were just changing their directions overall. And then I was able to scoop in with the full caboodle. And I think I'm a good choice for it, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean,
So, Meryl, I got to ask you this question. Now, you're operating in a city park, in a city park building, I assume. So, what kind of involvement and support do you get from the city?
Oh my gosh!
Like,
tons.
have you gotten, and what do you continue to get? What kind of?
Oh my gosh, they are so good to me.
Okay.
So it's mostly I deal with the parks department, and they are just some awesome people. Katie Elder is a relatively new parks director, and she's just been so supportive of me. And I was ecstatic when I found out, the bathrooms were being redone. And the mayor, of course, has been totally behind this and has my back. And we're looking at doing some expansion as well. Did someone say coffee in the mornings?
Meryl, you were telling me about this a while ago, and I love this idea of coffee at the Simmons Island Beach House. I think, who does not want to have a nice coffee sitting by the lake with that view?
Tons of people who come down in the morning and they're walking their dogs.
Yep.
They're walkers.
Yep.
And I'm a coffee drinker, so I can't wait.
Is the beach house and beer garden dog friendly?
Well, here is the official line that I must say. Dogs are welcome on a leash in the park. Okay, so you can go taking your dog for a walk. The beer garden is part of the park. So we are open and friendly to dogs.
Okay.
We allow the dogs in the store as long as they're on the leash and well behaved.
Very nice.
But technically our beach is not a dog beach.
Oh yeah, dogs shouldn't be on the beach.
So that's where, and where's the line on that? But basically,
I bring my dog on the beach all the time.
Don't let your dog off the leash because
and clean
there's
up the
kids
dog crap.
And it's the dog crap, but it's also you got kids. You have different noises and things.
Yeah,
and
don't
not
let your dog
all
loose.
dogs are gonna do that.
Don't be a jerk.
But I've never seen the dog police down there. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
So.
Is there a dog police?
Well, that's kind of what I'm telling you. I've never seen them, so maybe they exist.
Okay, Meryl, I have to ask this question now. You're in this partnership with the city. You're doing this park, the Simmons Island Beach House with the rentals and everything like that. So what happens when the temperature drops and it gets cold?
Yeah. Well, Meryl goes to the Caribbean.
Okay.
Take me with you.
Is the city still charging you for the place? What's
So I have an annual lease, and so it depends on how you look at it. It is what it is, and it's but the bottom line, it's not that they don't want me, but there's no heat in the building.
That's not a question. That's if he was ever installed. No,
it was never.
Yet.
It was never installed,
right.
And the issue is that the pipes can freeze.
So, Meryl, you have all these great events going on. Stuff happening all the time going on down there. Like all these rentals. You can rent games. You can rent water activities. You can rent bicycles. You can go on a trolley pub ride.
Yep.
Do all this
Everything
stuff.
you want to do at the beach, Meryl has for you.
Pretty much. And if I don't have it, let me know.
But you're bringing something else down here. I hear about this Lake Fest on August 24th.
Second annual Lake Fest.
Yes.
Oh
so
my
what
gosh.
is this about?
Saturday, August 24th, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Whoa, all 12 hours.
Yes.
This is you have so much in store for this day. And the kicker is the boat Parade.
That is right.
But you give us the old roundup of this event.
Oh my goodness, where do we start? So we will have all sorts of different activities, family activities on the beach. So we're going to have a sand building contest.
Yes, this is going to be great.
How cool will that be?
Yep.
And then hopefully we'll have a sand artist coming. And I haven't heard yet if
We're working on that.
We're working on that. But we will have a sand artist of some sort, or maybe Jason. How are you at sculpture?
Well, I don't know.
You're hired.
Yeah, okay. But anyways, we will have a sand building contest, and we will have some sand art down there that already done. And then we're also doing a community water blaster battle.
That is going
I'm so excited.
So great.
Yeah, if you haven't, you need to look some videos up on YouTube.
Yep. Pull out your old super soaker and get ready to have some fun on the beach.
Yep, so we're doing that. And then we'll have our, a limited number, not a lot of food trucks, but we'll have some food trucks.
A couple, yeah.
And we're having a stage where we will have some
live
local
music
performers. That's right.
I heard a rumor Spirit Shakers will be playing there.
I'm so excited. I am so excited.
Yes.
They need to pay us for all these plugs we're doing for Spirit Shakers. Every episode,
they're just so good. They're just so good.
Every episode we're talking about how great Spirit Shakers is.
Yeah, well, I mean, they are the hottest band in Kenosha.
You need to bring us some more beers or some weed or something.
But tell us about this boat parade.
So that's what's going on during the daytime, and then we're going to also have a bonfire that night on the beach.
Are great there on the beach.
And the boat parade. So they will decorate their boats, the different captains, and they will parade their boats so you can see them from the beach, kind of along that breaker. I don't know what you call that.
Oh yeah. It's Saturday, August 24th for Lake Fest down there in Simmons Island.
Annual Lake Fest. Yeah. Let's make this the event of the summer.
Right. Yeah.
Music, games. Yeah. Everything you can imagine at the Simmons Island Beach House.
And a glow party afterwards.
Oh, the glow party. That's right.
So after.
Like a rave kind of thing?
It's going to be lots of glowing stuff.
Meryl.
I think we're doing 80s. Okay, we're doing 80s glow thing because I think glow parties often are EDM kind of stuff, but that's not fitting in with our family-friendly kind of cool vibes. So we're doing 80s glow party.
Yeah,
so
I think
get your neon on.
Do it. Yeah, I think this is going to be a great event. And Meryl, Beach House, Pedal Tavern, this is it for Kenosha. I mean,
we love this. We love it.
Everything goes on with you in Kenosha. Yeah. So glad you moved to Kenosha 31 years ago.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because you've been here and you know what's going on and what's hip and what's cool. Yeah, you really do, Meryl.
So that's really the Simmons Island Beach House. They're open 10 a.m. daily for rentals, concession, and retail. Beer gardens open noon to 10 p.m. In addition to all the merchandise sold, the shop visitors can rent all sorts of equipment. You have beach chairs, bicycles, boogie boards, hammocks, beach umbrellas, a variety of games, giant Jenga, bocce sets, croquet, all kinds of stuff. Yeah. For more information, you can visit KenoshaBeachHouse.com and find out more details. Make sure you follow them on social media because they do a lot of stuff on Facebook.
More stuff is just rolling out. But thank you so much for having me, guys.
No problem.
We're done. Yeah, we're done.
And you know what? Okay. Don't forget about the Lakeshore Pedal Tours. This is you brought something to Kenosha that is amazing that this town has been missing.
Love seeing it.
I mean, it is great. I mean, hey, who doesn't want to hop on, pedal, go to bar, have a few drinks, get on, go to the next place. Yeah. I mean.
All right, and we're going to take our next break, and we'll be right back to wrap things up here with Meryl from the Beach House.
Woohoo!
Hey, Donnie, how much you pay for those glasses?
You don't want to know.
Well, you should have went to Rocket Optical Eyewear, located on the second floor of 815 57th Street. Bring in your prescription, and they will do the rest. Look for something traditional or something wacky. They have you covered at prices that won't drain the retirement fund.
Getting new frames doesn't have to be a chore. Come on down to Rocket Optical and have some fun picking out your new frames.
Visit their website at rocketopticaleyewear.com and find that link right down there in our show notes.
I can see it from here.
Life throws us curveballs, moments when we need to gather, remember, and say goodbye. It's during these times that Casey Family Options Funerals and Cremations stands with you.
They offer a wide range of affordable options from traditional funerals to modern celebrations of life. No matter your family's wishes, they can create a meaningful tribute without breaking the bank.
But here's the thing, affordability doesn't mean they cut corners. At Casey Family Options, they believe every life deserves a beautiful send-off.
So when life throws you a curveball, remember, you're not alone. Casey Family Options Funerals and Cremations. Affordable care with endless compassion.
Visit them online at caseyfamilyoptions.com or call them today for a free consultation, 262-653-0667. And we're back from that break.
Oh, my God. What a break that was, huh, Jason?
That was an amazing break.
The best break from the greatest sponsors of all time ever.
Oh, my gosh. Thank you so much for those sponsors. What was that? Rocket Optical and Casey Family Options.
Yes, and Jason, what time is it now?
Donnie, now it's time for Kenosha Connects.
And who's it brought to us by this week?
Funny you should ask, Donnie. It's brought to you by our good friends at About Time Moving Systems. Hey, Donnie, you want to help me move this weekend?
Oh, not again.
Don't be that guy. Your friends want to spend all day lugging your crap around for a few beers and some pizza. When you're looking to relocate, call on About Time Moving Systems. They have over 20 years of trusted 5-star experience. Find them online, abouttimemoving.com. Your friends and your body will thank you.
Yep, and Quinn is such a great man, and his staff just knows what to do to help you make your move go
And you know what we need to do? Send him the invoice.
Yes,
he
we
still
do.
owes us.
Yes,
We didn't send the invoice.
Quinn, it's in the mail.
Yeah. He's only a block away.
Meryl, you ready for these Kenosha Connects?
I am.
All right, what was the last great meal you had in Kenosha?
Well, I was at the Stella.
Ooh.
And yes, and it was just absolutely delicious.
What did you get? What did you get?
I got a piece of filet with gorgonzola crusted.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was really yummy.
Meryl, what's one thing you wish you can change about Kenosha?
Well, right now the parking.
Nice.
That was an easy thing, and of course, let's get some lifeguards going.
Yep.
Yeah.
How about this one? Favorite local band or musician in Kenosha?
Oh, Spirit Checker, of course. What are you talking about?
Spirit
Okay,
Checkers.
am I not allowed to give them a plug?
They are really, really getting
Okay.
some bonus stuff
All
here.
right, so let me
But
just
they're
tell
great.
you. I'll tell you who else I love. And I mentioned this to you earlier. I love Haley Klinkhammer.
Yes, she's good.
Yeah.
Ivy Ford, absolutely. I'm down with that. But you know who else I love is Terry Peterson's different groups.
Yes.
I love his gypsy jazz. I never say the name of that band right. Do you know how to say it? He's got some weirdo name like Ktown, Dishon. I don't know.
I think you said it right.
Yeah, it was perfect, right? Said it right the first time.
But he's been a long-time Kenosha musician.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Him and Brian Ford and stuff. So I love Triad and I love local. You know what I mean? That's really where it's at.
A lot of great local bands in
Yeah.
town.
All right, Meryl. You can only give a shout out to one other local business that you did not mention tonight. Who do you pick?
Captain Mike's.
Okay.
Yeah, love
Good
Jeanette.
old Jeanette and
Love
Nick.
Jeanette. Because
Yeah.
I mentioned UPT and I told you I love UPT.
Yep.
But love Jeanette.
Yes.
So we're actually going to be partnering too because there's an area in the beach house that I'm fixing up to do special events in.
Okay.
And I want her to be my preferred caterer.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
She has
Portside
portside catering,
Yes.
and they're delicious.
And
Yeah.
they do awesome work there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
She does
do.
a great job now. Which now closed Kenosha business do you wish you could bring back?
Well, I'm kind of irritated about Lou Perini's. I mean, I know, but I mean, it's just like I just feel like that was not right. That they, I mean, if they're going to
It was weird, wasn't it?
I mean, they can buy it out. Okay, yeah, it was really weird because they had expanded. But
yeah,
you know,
it
to
seemed
not have the
sudden.
ho-ho cake and someone else could buy it out. I'm not
Right.
saying that it had to be, but I just felt like that was
I miss
a
the
gas station.
homegrown.
I think it'd be great if
Yeah.
someone bought it out and like named it after our podcast
I think they did that.
and call it
That-
like,
Ktown Market.
Oh, I like that.
We actually bought it, Meryl.
Yeah, it's
okay.
ours.
We own that place. No,
Cool.
just kidding.
Cool.
We don't
But
own
I'm just saying that I mean, that came to the top of my head because
It was a nice, it was an old, long time institution
Yeah.
that's been here forever, and now
And
it's just another gas station.
yeah.
Yeah.
that's how I feel about it. Oh, you know where else is Max Deli?
Yes.
Hello,
Okay.
Max. Yeah.
That's another loss.
That was
That
another
was a
thing.
great.
I want to
great
bring
place.
the nut bars back and sell them at the
those
beach house.
were so good.
The nut bars. I mean, well, she was just an incredible. She did some great stuff out of there. But old timers talk to me about these Sammy bars. Have you ever heard about Sammy bars?
Sammy bar, yeah.
So I'm thinking, this would be a 2025 thing, but
There you
do
go.
some historic Kenosha
like this.
foods. and
Throwback
kinda-
stuff. Yeah, that's
I love.
cool.
Again, it's about the history. Goes
Yep.
back to Chris Allen. What should I serve?
All right, Meryl, the last question here. We got
Okay,
for
this
you.
is the last question.
The big
Double
Kenosha
down.
debate. Yes.
Uh-oh.
Big star of the spot.
Oh, I am Big Star for historical reasons.
Oh,
'cause,
okay.
My stepson used to go there a lot. That was his thing.
Okay.
But I like them. I'm a foodie and I like it all.
Yeah, I mean,
really,
they're both
truly, I
good,
do.
yeah.
I mean, it's kind of.
So if you had to pick one, big star.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
He was. That was where they would go.
Yeah, nice.
And that was our Kenosha Connects, brought to you by About Time Moving Systems. Thank you, Quinn, for that sponsorship. Ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding, Jason. What time is it now?
It's time for trivia. That's brought to you by The Lettering Machine, located at 725 50th Street. And Donnie, did you know The Lettering Machine can customize almost anything, including uniforms, gifts, accessories, school apparel, office attire, you name it.
They can do it all at the Lettering Machine. You can also check out their online novelty shop at lettermachine.com, as they have some awesome ready-made designs just for you, Jason,
Wow.
just for you, Meryl,
Wow.
just for you, the listener, and just for me. Check out the Lettering Machine.
So for our trivia segment today, Donnie will take on our guests in a 100% legitimate, definitely not skewered, on the level, totally fair trivia game. So tonight we're put on the shades. We're hitting the beach for today's completely random subject and not cater to the guests one bit, as we are all about summertime trivia today. So we have a couple questions for each of you here, best of three.
Okay.
Meryl and Donnie. Meryl, would you like to go first? I have to pass it to Donnie.
Oh no, I'll go first.
All right, Meryl. Your first question is summer trivia. On a bottle of suntan lotion, what do the letters SPF stand for?
As protection, SPF, sun factor protection.
SPF.
Oh shit.
No,
Don't worry.
try again.
Okay. Sun protection factor.
Yeah.
Hey.
Ding 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 ding. Yay.
You got it. All right.
Thank you, Angela.
Donnie? Which top 10 hit from the Beach Boys is about abstinence and how they have to wait until marriage to have sex?
Oh, Jesus. I know this one.
Is it good vibrations?
Daddy took my T-bird away.
No. It's wouldn't it be nice?
Wouldn't it be nice
see
if
over
we
there.
got married?
Ooh, see, finally you're singing. I like it.
Yeah.
Only took a couple beers. Meryl, number 2 for you.
Yes.
Which domestic animal has been employed as beach lifeguards in some U.S. states?
As a life.
It's a domestic animal. I mean,
I'm just a dog.
there you go.
Hey.
Angela, give it to me again.
Thank you, Angie from Union Park Tavern.
That is right. That's
Yeah.
Angela.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I thought.
Donnie? Americans consume over 5 billion hot dogs between May and September. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Donnie, if you laid 5 billion wieners end to end, how many times would they crisscross the country?
I don't know, but it really hurt my ass.
Oh!
Ding, ding, ding. I'm going to go.
7 football fields.
220
Oh,
times.
wow. Oh, wow.
Oh, that's a lot more than I thought.
Yeah.
That's a lot of wieners. There.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Meryl, let's see if you
All
get all
6
three
inch,
here.
right?
Yeah, that's what they say. Meryl, where does Nathan's annual 4th of July Coney Island hot dog eating contest take place?
It's in Brooklyn, New York. It doesn't coincide with Nathan's.
Where does Nathan's annual 4th of July Coney Island hot dog eating contest take
Coney
place?
Island.
There you go.
Okay. Wait a second. Coney Island is in Brooklyn.
Okay, well, yeah.
So I'm sorry.
So
you're right
I get
first.
double points on that
Yeah,
one.
double whammy.
Thank you. I know Coney Island well.
All right, now, Donnie.
All right, let me just get one for
This one-
street cred.
This one has 7 possible answers.
Oh, great. Okay.
I only want one.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you get 1 out of 7.
Okay.
And you win, and you get this question right. Donnie, name a country that has a sun on its national flag. Just beach, you know. And there's 7 of them.
Oh, boy. Puerto Rico.
No, I'm sorry.
Mexico.
No.
United States.
No.
Iraq.
No.
Afghanistan.
No. Oh, you're getting
Does
closer.
Japan not have? That's not.
That's
What
a
is that?
sun.
Red? Is it a moon? Is it a?
It's not a sun, I guess, because I got Uruguay, Antigua, Barbuda, Ecuador, Kazakhstan, Kurdistan, and North Macedonia.
I totally would have got none of those.
Yeah.
Well, Donnie, I'm sorry, but you've lost today
Those were
on trivia.
hard. Those were hard. Sorry.
Those are
Meryl, you win a K-Town Connects koozie courtesy
gosh,
of the
thank
lettering
you.
machine.
Thank you. And
so
thank you, lettering machine.
much. Meryl, thank you so much for joining us today. Now, don't forget, go visit her at the Simmons Island Beach House and check out the Lakeshore Pedal Tours. Go.
If you don't know where it is, go east until you get wet and stop.
Check it out. Facebook, Instagram, there's all these accounts, the website. Thank you so much, Meryl, for joining us. You were a blast. And I want to say, look for this episode and many other episodes of the K-Town Connects podcast on Spectrum Channel 14 and the Kenosha Community Media Streaming Channel on the Roku box. We air every Wednesday at 11 a.m. and Sundays at 5 p.m. Look, Mom, I'm on TV.
That's right, Donnie. And Meryl, don't forget to follow us on the K-Town Connects podcast on all those social media outlets, including Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. Drop us a 5-star, a thumbs up, great review, whatever you can do, and help us spread the word about the hottest podcast in town. And what podcast is that, Donnie?
That's the K-Town Connects podcast.
That's right, Donnie. This episode is brought to you by our Patreon subscriber of the week, and that is Peter Boyd. I don't
Peter,
know who that
what's
is,
up, Peter?
But thank you, Peter, for your support. If you'd like to become a Patreon subscriber, visit ktownconnects.com. Get this, Donnie.
What?
Subscriptions start at just $2 a month.
$2 a month? That's cheaper than a cup of Joe.
I know. What does that get me?
Oh my God, that gets you early access to every episode in its raw, unedited form, sometimes up to an hour or 3 hours of bonus content.
We're up to $2.41 now.
Oh, guess what? You'll also get our very award-winning
Ooh.
spin-off series. It is what it is. Subscribe to Patreon as low as $2 a month. And want to thank all of our wonderful sponsors. This show could not happen without you.
Including A Plus Mobility,
The law offices of Frank J. Parise,
Frank's Diner,
Shannon Franklin of Remax Elite,
good old Union Park Tavern.
Aaron Hunzinger of AH Did It.
Go get buried with Casey Family Options, Funerals and Cremations.
And don't forget about our boy Quinn from About Time Moving Systems.
Get some beers down at Public Craft Brewing.
Tina and Dave at the Lettering Machine.
2020 Eyesight at Rocket Optical.
And don't forget about good old Stacy at Vintage Underground.
And get that bottle of wax at Wink Beauty Boutique.
And don't forget about the Krager at the Port in beautiful downtown Kenosha.
And the Port Grand Prix coming Sunday, July 14th.
Yes, we'll be there commentating on it. Come there,
You better
support.
be too.
Let's get the Bronze Ale statue there. We'll see you at the Port, and thank you all for listening to the show. Meryl, thank you once again so much. And Jason, after all these episodes, I'm trying to figure out what are we doing on this show?
Donnie, I mean, we.
But you know what we're doing?
What are we doing?
Connecting Kenosha. That's how I'm going to get canceled. Somebody recorded that.
Yeah.
Donnie, oh man.
Donnie hates veterans.
That's right.
There's our drop.